Hi everybody. In previous videos you already completed morphology of flowering plants. I hope you completely understanding the chapter. Now in this video I want to go to begin another chapter. This one is the second chapter in our syllabus. That is biological classification. Biological classification. Okay. And this classification is mainly necessary for the identification of particular organisms. Okay, biological organisms must be classified for their identification, specific identification. Because of this reason, number of scientists are try to classify scientifically. But the earliest classification, the ancient classification, mainly based on food, shelter and clothing. Food, shelter and clothing. Earliest classification is initiated by one of the famous Greek philosopher. Okay, he was Aristotle. You know Aristotle? Aristotle is a Greek philosopher and he was also called father of biology. Who is the father of biology? Aristotle was a Greek philosopher. Animals are categorized into two main groups. What are they? The first one is Anima. Anima means non-red blood animals. Okay, these are also known as invertebrates. Okay, all non-red blood animals are categorized under this Anima group. Enaima, E-N-A-I-M-A, Enaima. In this group classified red blood animals. All red blood animals are categorized under this Anima group. These are the vertebrates group. So, Aristotle classified animals into non-red blood animals and red blood animals. Anima and Enaima are invertebrates and vertebrates. Aristotle, another famous scientist, he was a Swedish naturalist scientist, Carolus von Linnaeus. Who is the scientist? Carolus von Linnaeus. He was introduced to kingdom of classification. He was proposed two kingdom of classification. Who introduced the two kingdom of classification? Carolus von Linnaeus. Von Linnaeus classified all biological organisms into two main kingdoms. What are they? Plantae and Animalia. Plantae kingdom include all photosynthetic autotrophic green colored organisms are classified under in this Plantae kingdom. Animalia, this means these does not consist of chlorophyll and do not perform photosynthesis activity. They are depending on another autotrophic organisms. This means these are the heterotrophic organisms. In this way, all heterotrophic nutrited organisms are classified under this Animalia kingdom. Carolus von Linnaeus classified both plants and animals, but he was written two main books. Okay, he was classified all animals in his book Systema Naturae. Systema Naturae book is written by Carolus von Linnaeus. In this book, classified all animals. All animals are classified in his book Systema Naturae. In the same way, all plant organisms are classified in his book Species Plantarum. Species Plantarum. In this Species Plantarum, all plants are categorized in this book. Carolus von Linnaeus classification is not sufficient classification because some microbial organisms like unicellular organisms and fungal organisms are not classified in either Plantae and Animalia kingdom. So this kingdom is not complete classification or complete accepted classification. Then after, the three kingdom classification is introduced. This three kingdom of classification was proposed by the scientist Ernest Haeckel. He was a German biologist. He was classified some unicellular organisms into another type of kingdom. That one is Protista. Okay. In this way, Ernest Haeckel introduced another edition kingdom in addition to the Carolus von Linnaeus classification. That one is Protista. The Ernest Haeckel, he was separated all unicellular organisms and classified in this Protista kingdom. Hence, the Ernest Haeckel introduced the Protista kingdom in addition to the Plantae and Animalia. So, Protista, Plantae and Animalia, three kingdom of classification was introduced by the scientist Ernest Haeckel. This Protista kingdom included some unicellular organisms and few multicellular organisms are also classified. But majority of the organisms in this Protista kingdoms are unicellular organisms, few are multicellular. Okay? In this multicellular organisms, some are also algal members. Algal members are also classified in this Protista kingdom according to Ernest Haeckel three kingdom system of classification. So, this is not a sufficient classification. Then after, the four kingdom of classification. Four kingdom of classification was proposed by Copeland. Four kingdom of classification. The first kingdom is Monera. Second one is Protista. Third one is Metaphyta. Fourth one is Metazoa. Okay. In this Monera kingdom, all prokaryotic organisms are classified in this kingdom. Like bacteria and also blue-green algal members. The next one, Protista. In this Protista kingdom included both unicellular and multicellular organisms like algae, fungi and protozoans. Like algae, fungi and protozoans are included in this Protista kingdom. Another kingdom, third kingdom is Metaphyta. This means all photosynthetic autotrophic organisms are classified in this Metaphyta kingdom. and metazoa, heterotrophic nutritional, like of cell wall organisms are classified under this metazoa kingdom. In this way, the fourth kingdom of classification was proposed by Copeland. So, in this, some fungal organisms are not included in this fourth kingdom of classification by the Copeland. So, the fungal organisms are not classified either protista and metaphyta or metazoans. So, this classification is also not a sufficient classification. Okay, not all scientists are not accepted this classification. The another classification is five kingdom of classification. Five kingdom of classification. This five kingdom of classification was proposed by R.H. Whittaker. R.H. Whittaker. He was classified entire biological organisms into five kingdoms. What are they? Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Okay? He was placed fungi organisms. Fungi, uni or multicellular heterotrophic saprophytic organisms. These fungal organisms are also included in his five kingdom of classification. It was introduced in between the Plantae and the Protista. Okay, in this way, the first kingdom is Monera, second one is Protista, third one is Fungi, fourth one is Plantae, and fifth kingdom is Animalia. So, in this way, the R.H. Whittaker classified entire biological organisms into five kingdoms: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. But his classification is based on mainly some criteria. What type of criteria are based in this classification? The first one is complexity of cell structure. This means these are either prokaryotes or eukaryotes. Okay. The another criteria is complexity of body structure, unicellular or multicellular. Understand? Mode of nutrition. This means the organisms are either autotrophs or heterotrophic organisms. Another one, ecological status. This means these are either producers or consumers or decomposers. Consumers or decomposers in this way. Next one, the phylogenetic relationship. The phylogenetic relationship. In this way, this type of criteria was followed by this R.H. Whittaker in his five kingdom of classification. Understand? These are the main criteria. Okay. Briefly discuss about five kingdom of classification. Look at this chart. Okay. Clearly visible. The first one is character. The first kingdom, Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Understand? The first one, cell type. What the cell type is present in these five kingdoms? The first one is cell type is prokaryotic cell is present in Monera. Eukaryotic cells are present in remaining kingdoms. Okay. The second one is cell wall. Cell wall. In some organisms, cell wall is present. Some organisms, cell wall is absent. In the Protista kingdom also, cell wall is present in some and absent in some organisms. But fungal organisms, the cell wall is present. It is made up of either chitin. Okay. The third one is Plantae. The cell wall is made up of cellulose. Cell wall is present. But in the Animalia kingdom, cell wall is completely absent. Cell wall is completely absent. In Monera or Protista kingdom, the cell wall is made up of glycoproteins in Monera kingdom, and pellicle layer is present in Protista kingdom. Understand? In this way, cell wall is present in the Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae kingdom, but completely absent in animal kingdom. Next one, chloroplast. Okay, the chloroplast is absent in this Monera kingdom. These are live as all type of nutrients like heterotrophs, saprophyte, decomposers. Okay, next one, symbionts. In this way, different types of nutrients are present because of the absence of chloroplast. The next one, protista. In this, chloroplast is present. By the presence of chloroplast, they prepare their food their own with help of photosynthesis activity. Next one, fungi. Okay, in the fungal kingdom, the chloroplast is absent. Chloroplast is absent. Understand? Next one, plantae kingdom. The plant kingdom, chloroplast is presence. The major only chloroplast is mainly present in the plant kingdom. With help of this, they perform photosynthesis. With help of the photosynthesis activity, the photon energy is converted into chemical energy. Next one, animalia. These are completely heterotrophic organisms, so chloroplast is absent. Next one, mitochondria. Mitochondria is absent in Monera kingdom, but in all remaining kingdoms, mitochondria is present. It is a powerhouse of the cell. Understand? Next one, nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane is absent in Monera kingdom because these are the prokaryotic organisms. The remaining are eukaryotes, so the nuclear membrane is present in protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. Understand? Next one, tissue organization. The tissue organization is absent in the Monera kingdom, and also protista kingdom. Tissue organization is absent, but in fungal organisms, except yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae yeast. It is a unicellular fungal organism. This means some fungal organisms are unicellular, some are multicellular. So, tissue organization is absent in some species of fungal, present in some fungal organisms. This one is a mycelium. Mycelium under tissue. Next one, plantae. So, except some algal, unicellular algal members, the remaining plant organisms are made up of tissue organization. Next one, animalia kingdom consists of tissue organization. Okay. Next one, motility, movement. Okay. The Monera kingdom organisms are motility by their flagella. Flagellas are present. But in protista, cilia and also flagellas are present. Fungal organisms and cilia and flagellas are also present. But in plant, flagella or motility is absence. But in some organisms, some garments, some fungal organisms like bryophyta and bryophyta organisms, the male garments consist flagellas. Because of the presence of flagella, they are moving to archegonium. Archegonium. Then after finally reach the egg and fertilized. In this way, the male garments in bryophyta masses plants consist flagella. Except this, that the remaining plants organisms does not consist any motility. Understand? Next one, in animalia, cilia and flagellas are also present in animal kingdom species. There are motility. Understand? The next one, mode of nutrition. Monera kingdom organisms shows all type of nutritions. This means saprophyte, decomposers, autotrophs, heterotrophs. In this way, all type of nutrients are present in Monera species. But in protista organisms, some are photosynthetic and some are heterotrophic organisms. Fungal organisms are either heterotrophic organisms, some are saprophytic organisms, some are parasitic organisms are also present in fungal kingdom. Next one, plantae. These are autotroph or photosynthetic organisms. Phototrophic organisms. Autotrophic or photosynthetic organisms are plant kingdom. Okay. Next one, animal kingdom. These are completely heterotrophic organisms because of the lack of chloroplast. Okay. In this way, the mode of nutrition is vary from one kingdom to another kingdom. Next one, sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction is done in the Munira kingdom by the conjugation process and also transformation, transduction. Transformation and also transduction, conjugation process are present in this Munira kingdom. Next one, in Protista kingdom, syngamy or meiosis and also conjugation. In some organisms, syngamy is occur, and in some species, meiosis is occur. In some species, conjugation is also present in this Protista kingdom species. Next one, in fungal organisms, the fertilization is occur. Fertilization and also meiosis is occur in this fungal kingdom. In plant organisms, fertilization is occur. Pollen grains are transferred from anther to stigma of the flower and finally reached egg cell. In this way, the fertilization and also meiosis is occur by the formation of gametes. In this way, fertilization and meiosis is occur in this plant kingdom. And animal kingdom is also fertilization and meiosis is also occur in this animal kingdom. This one is the sexual reproduction. Next one, body organization. The body organization is cellular in Munira kingdom, and Protista kingdom is also cellular body organization is present. In fungal kingdom, some multicellular and also loose tissues. Understand? Multicellular and loose tissue is present in this fungal kingdom. This loose tissue is known as mycelium. Okay, loose tissue ఏమంటారంటే mycelium tissue అంటే spongy nature గా ఉంటుంది. Loose tissue అనేది ఉంటుంది. Next one, plant kingdom consists of the body organization is tissue organization. And animally consists tissue organization and tissue systems, organ systems, respiratory organ system, excretory organ system, circulatory system, nervous system. In this way, different systems are also present in the animal kingdom. This one is a 5 kingdom of classification by the R.H. Whittaker. Okay, in this way, 5 kingdom of classification was proposed by R.H. Whittaker. He was introduced another against kingdom into the 4 kingdom. It is in addition to the 4 kingdom. That one is fungal kingdom. So the Munira, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. In this way, 5 kingdoms are classified by the R.H. Whittaker. The most accepted classification, this one, and also based on some criteria like complexity of cell structure, complexity of body structure, mode of nutrition, ecological status, and phylogenetical relationship. Another kingdom is 6 kingdom of classification. 6 kingdom. Okay. And the 6th kingdom of classification is introduced by Carl Woese. Carl Woese proposed the 6th kingdom of classification. He was classified, he was divided cellular life forms into 3 domains. Remember this one? He was divided cellular life form, unicellular, cellular life forms into 3 domains. Domains means Domains means what? Domains is a taxon higher than kingdom. Remember this? Domains are the taxon of higher than kingdom. Kingdom కంటే చాలా higher గా ఉండేటువంటి taxon ఏదంటే domains. So Carl Woese classified cellular forms into 3 domains, namely archaea, bacteria, eukarya. Archaea, bacteria, and eukarya. Okay, this 6 kingdom of classification is mainly based on 16S RNA. The Monera kingdom is divided into 2 main domains. What are they? Archaebacteria, Archaea, Eukarya, commonly called Archaebacteria, Eubacteria. And this way, in addition to these 2 domains in the protist Monera kingdom, the first one is Archaebacteria, second one is Eubacteria, third one is Protista, fourth one is fungi, fifth one is plantae, sixth one is Animalia. In this way, 6 kingdom of classification was proposed by Carl Woese. But majority of the scientists are accepted and also followed this RHF Whittaker classification. That one is the 5 kingdom of classification. Okay. Next one. 8th kingdom of classification. Okay. 8th kingdom of classification is also introduced by the ICBN. This means International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. Another one, International Code for Geological Nomenclature. And both committees are introduced this 8th kingdom of classification. 8th kingdom of classification. This ICBN, according to ICBN ICGDN, there are categorized Protista kingdom into 3 subdivisions. What are they? Archaeozoa, Chromista, Protista. Archaeozoa, Chromista, Protista. So, what type of sequential kingdoms are present in this 8th kingdom of classification? The first one is Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Archaeozoa, Chromista, Protista, fungi, plantae, Animalia. Understand? The first one is Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Archaeozoa, Chromista, Protista, fungi, plantae, Animalia. This way, according to ICBN and ICGDN, there are classified entire biological organisms into 8 kingdoms. 8 kingdoms. These are the different types of biological classification. Biological classifications. Understand? In next class, I will explain briefly about this 5 kingdom of classification by one. Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, Animalia. Okay. Thanks for watching.